disguises. This may be a topic that at first glance doesn't seem too practical, and I'll agree. Granted, you don't have to every day go out and face someone who's undercover or have to reveal a disguise. This isn't Scooby-Doo after all. Then again, a crook will attempt to deceive people, to disguise who he truly is. A criminal, scam artist, or swindler will attempt to disguise what their true intentions are in order to befriend you, to sway you over to their side. They'll pretend to be one thing that they are not. So perhaps disguises are a little bit more common than we're used to. And a healthy knowledge of disguises and how to tear them apart, how to take them down, how to break a disguise may not be a bad idea. It certainly can't hurt everyone. So, I'm glad to be working on this video with my friend at Thinking Like Sherlock. It's a long overdue collaboration, and I hope you enjoy our work.
In the interest of this special collaboration with Thinking Like Sherlock, back from the grave everyone, I've compiled a set of things to look out for if you suspect someone of being less than honest about who they are. The point in this video should cover disguises ranging from simple deceptions all the way up to people under deep cover. So not only will you be able to tell if someone is using some kind of false identity, you might be able to also see just how far undercover they really are. So, what is the first thing you think of when you think of a disguise? A big twirly stash? An over-the-top costume? Well, to find out what a true disguise is, you should... No, Scully, come on. Right now? Really? You should watch the first part of this video, found over at my channel, done by Thinking Like Sherlock, where he talks about what a disguise is, the formula, and how to make one convincing for different circumstances. Once you've done that, I'll show you how to beat him. I mean, how to beat disguises. Once your suspicion is aroused, there are a few things that need to fall under your specific scrutiny, but remember, these are things that in all likelihood the subject has thought about as well, so they've put as much time and thought into it as you are about to now. The first thing you want to pay close attention to is the actual outfit. As a general rule of thumb, people's clothes fit them moderately well. Granted, there's some variation between individuals, but if something is obviously too tight or too loose on someone, that should raise some interest. Yes, this can mean that it has been worn secondhand, but taken into account with other factors, assumed income and other points in this very video, this can be something to alert you that there is more than meets the eye here. Keep an eye out for wear and tear as well. If these are showing up in unnatural places, it is a key indicator that someone wore those articles first. For example, if someone has fading on their knees, at first glance that may not be too alarming. But if that fading is above or below where their actual knees are, it means someone else put those fade marks in the clothing. Uniforms are usually designed to look nice, but with a one-size-fits-all mindset. This means that the uniform in question won't always be a perfect fit, but it is probably close. If not, the company may not have provided it. The next thing you would want to pay attention to is verbal language. If someone doesn't know the lingo, whether it be slang or proper language, of his assumed disguise, this should be alarming. Plumbers should be able to tell you about plumbing and its parts. Construction workers should be able to point out support struts. Baristas should know that if it's espresso or espresso. An American speaker should have lazy R's when they speak. Keep in mind, anyone can Google proper terminology for a specific career, but the slang is a little harder to learn and goes unnoticed way more often. Slang indicates comfort with the subject material, something that someone in disguise usually doesn't have. Where there's verbal, language, there's body language, or nonverbal communication. Again, someone in disguise probably knows this and will take that into account. They will be aware of masking their true tells or projecting fake ones. This may make them appear animated, but if they are well versed in that art of disguise, they will have learned to adapt to that. Applying a little shock to the situation, though, can cause a momentary lapse in concentration where they may revert to their reflex. Think about how a police officer instinctively reaches for his firearm the second danger arises. They can't help but to break character for a split second. This leads me to action-reaction. One of the most difficult things to learn, even for someone under deep cover, is how to make a spontaneous reaction to something you can't anticipate. Disguise is acting, and acting requires preparation work. You anticipate what might happen in any given situation, how you will talk, hold yourself, and react. When in disguise and something comes up that you couldn't anticipate, a spontaneous reaction or a natural reflex is impossible to duplicate. The only reaction you can give is no reaction at all. Finally, and perhaps the most telling of all evidence, is trace information. Scars, calluses, haircuts, things that people bring with them no matter how good their disguise may be. A construction worker who doesn't have any calluses on his hands? Odd. Even stranger if his scars don't line up with anything a construction worker would be doing. Weirder still if someone tries to hide scars behind long sleeves, gloves, or other articles of clothing, or can't give a convincing answer as to how he got them, at least with the most noticeable scars.
Thanks for watching this collaboration. It was partially done as a subscriber request. I had this topic come up a few times. I can't remember exactly who was always asking about disguises and how to identify them. But that's one reason this has been in my video queue for a while now. And then when Thinking Like Sherlock came back around and was interested in doing disguises, I had to take the opportunity to work on him with this collaboration project. So I tackled half of disguises and he tackled the other half, and together hopefully these two videos cover pretty much all the information you would ever need to know about disguises and how they work and how to uncover a disguise in both a in every sense of the word, disguise, someone disguising their personality or actually physically being in disguise. These are things that you can uncover, everything from the physical disguise all the way to the persona and the body language. So thank you for watching my half of the video. Please check out Thinking Like Sherlock's half of the video as well. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.